Okay, Shalom, Shalom, Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoim La Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakahakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and led by the Spirit, taught us this beautiful truth, and just want to say throughout it to all the H.I.M and Ahwah that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan Wach, just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. I wanted to touch on this article in Money Wise. And these women are going through it right now, especially the Eves, man, you Israelite women. It says thousands of Georgians are stuck in extended stay hotels as rent eats 77% of income for years on end with no exit. So you just stuck at going to a damn extended stay with no chance of saving any money because I know people like this. This is not just Georgia. That's why when I seen this article, it's people that I know right around me that's dealing with this, mainly, and they're women. Matter of fact, it's a woman that I met recently, and they said the same thing, that they were stuck in a hotel for like an extended stay for like 6-7 months, and they couldn't find a place to live. And then just so happened they knew a person that actually, I think there was somebody passed away, and they were trying to rent out that house, and that's how she actually got the house. And she was like, fuck, I don't give a fuck what's going on with it. I don't care what's wrong with it. Because the lady asked, she said that the lady asked her, when would you like to move in? She was like, shit, today, if I can. That's how much money she was blowing through, staying at the extended stay. This shit is not cheap. Now check out this woman right here. It says, Georgia grandmother, Araya Romero's rent went up at the exact moment her contract job evaporated. She felt she had no choice but to move herself, her pregnant daughter, and her grandson into an extended stay hotel. See? Just bad decisions all the way around. Because here you go, you got I'm assuming that the grandson is her daughter's son, and that she's pregnant again. And you don't hear nothing about no men. Where the men at? And let me get this Isaiah 4:1, because this comes to mind. You see, you women, have the ability to get abroad. Esau and gave you feminism. So-called white man that told you can go out here and be what you want to be, do what you want to do. You don't need no man. And now, all of a sudden, you are here struggling. And I was just watching a video today with this. I've seen the video a couple of times. It's this one Eve, and I gotta say, she was cooking. When she was talking about how why would a single man these days want to deal with you women, man? You know what I'm saying? When he can just have his own place, pay his own bills, deal without the stress. You know what I'm saying? And just live a stress-free life, as opposed to dealing with you and you're offering him nothing. You have nothing to give. You have nothing to offer, and it's just me, 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 me. Won't even make a goddamn sandwich for the man. But anyway, this is Isaiah 4:1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So it's coming. Matter of fact, that shit is in motion right now. There's a lot of women out here, they like, why don't these men holler at us no more? Why we can't, I need a man. I didn't sign up for this shit, but it's like men are not hollering no more. You got these passport bros, they leaving town, they going and dealing with these women of these other nations that's not giving them no hassle. They actually cook food. I was listening to the elder in Chicago today. He was like, he had a Ukrainian woman. I think he said Ukrainian. And he was like, said he was like, said that was one of the better ones he had. You know what I'm saying? Said she helped him put on his coat, take off his boots, cooking for him and shit. You know what I'm saying? you know, and we deal with our own women, and it's like, man, it's just all work, no reward. It really is, man, and it's sad. And this is where our women are right now. They're all out here alone. They don't have any help, and ain't no help coming. Ain't no help coming because these men, they sick of that shit. They just like, Jake doing better all by themselves, man. Jake doing all better by themselves. Hey, look, Jake got cars. Jake got money in the bank. You know what I'm saying? Jake be out here, making moves, doing his thing. But the minute he get tied down to one of these chicks, and Jake just not doing it no more. They're not going for it no more. But you got women like this right here. Here you go. You a grandmother. Your daughter got a son, and she's pregnant again. And you think that, okay, come on, bro. And she probably got pregnant right there in that extended stay while her mama was at work. Anyway, it says it was supposed to be a temporary solution, but it felt like a trap once I got in a hotel. She was working 2 jobs, barely scraping by. See, here you go. This is your average woman today. It's a lot of women, man, that's talking about how stressed they are. They don't look. They don't want nothing to do with life right now. They pretty, they fine, they got body. Nobody wants to deal with them now. So here you go. You trying to pay car payments, car insurance. You got to take the kids to school. You got to pick the kids up from school. You got to pay the house payment. You got to pay fucking daycare. You got to pay a grocery bill. That shit ain't getting cheap. Just gas alone. Just if you got a car, don't be on no damn bus and you got to do all that shit. You got all these different things you got to deal with. You don't have no time for yourself. So it's rough out here, man, for women right now. Okay, but it says she was working 2 jobs, barely scraping by, unable to save anything towards a security deposit for permanent housing. Hell no, shit at 77%. God damn. What was meant to be temporary stretch on month after month and ultimately cost her more than she had ever paid in rent. Georgians like Romero are caught in a catch-22. They turn to extended stay hotels because they cannot afford the upfront cost for an apartment. See? No savings. Here you go, your daughter getting pregnant on you, and you got to take care of her and her Where's the baby daddies at? Where your husband at? See, just bad fucking decisions, man. Um, because hotels cost far more than rent for the comparable or even larger unit, saving for security deposit becomes nearly impossible. According to a new report from Georgia State University, more than 4,600 people, including 1,635 children, in DeKalb County alone are caught in this cycle of unaffordable housing. It says when temporary solutions last for years. The study measuring what's been missed, a county-wide assessment of families living in extended stay hotels, released in January 2026, found that 45% of residents had lived in hotels for at least 1 year. That's a long fucking time. For more than 16% had stayed in an extended stay hotel for over 5 years. Some people, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's just what they. You just figure if I've run across people that actually lived in hotels like this. I remember this chick. She had ended up coming into a lawsuit though. Had came across a nice bit of money. So and she was lazy as hell. She didn't want to take care of no house and stuff like that. And the place that she stayed, you had breakfast, dinners, you know what I'm saying? Like, but and the maids would actually, the housekeeping would come in and actually clean your room, basically like a damn hotel. They would, refix the bed. So this bitch was basically just lazy, but she stayed in one of them boys, man, for some years and stuff like that. I don't know whatever happened to her, but she had I think she had a son, her sister or somebody was there, I don't know, some shit, but she that was just what she done. She didn't want no place of her own. She didn't want no apartment or nothing like that. She didn't want to clean up. She didn't want to fix no food. She didn't want to do none of that shit. So you do have people like that. Okay, but it says 3 out of 4 of these residents were employed, but financial barriers kept them from moving into a conventional housing. Half say they could not afford security deposit. 3 and 5 said they did not meet the income requirements for an apartment. Meanwhile, residents spent an average of 77% of their household income on rent, often on a single room. That's crazy fucking work. And you know this is mainly Israelites. There's so-called white people that get caught up in this, you know what I'm saying? Some other races of people, but this is mainly Israelites, man, that get caught up in this. That was Romera's situation for 7 months before she connected with the single parent alliance. See, they got all these programs for these women. But see, these programs, Trump, he cutting a lot of this shit, and eventually, you're not gonna have stuff like this to fall back on. See, now had this been a man, they ain't helping no men out like this. It says her situation for 7 months before she connected with the single parent alliance and research center and its motel to home program, which helped cover most end costs. See, because nearly 60% of long-term motel residents are single mothers. See that? See, why is it single mothers? Because they make badass fucking decisions. The program proved to be a natural fit. This program is a 501c3 nonprofit organization whose mission is to empower single parents, no single mothers. Got nothing to do with no that. They could be helping some dudes out if there's a single father involved, but normally this is not what these programs are set up for. Because Eve is at ease in this place. Let me get that in Isaiah 32. We already know what it is. You know, Jake needs some help. Jake just threw. You can't do nothing but, man, shit. Jake be out here on these motherfucking streets, man. It's cold as shit here right now. And they have these mission buses or whatever that kind of travel through the neighborhoods or whatever, like downtown Detroit, little stuff like that. But, you know, they pull up, you know, they got mittens, you know what I'm saying? You know, hot drinks, you know, hot meals and stuff like that. Because, hey, there's people out here, you know, that couldn't get into the shelters. Shit, it was people out here that actually slept through that shit last night, man, in bus stops, man. And it's going to be cold all week. We're talking about in the negatives. Right now, it's probably in the negative. Like straight up, let me see. Matter of fact, I can probably see right here. Yep, 15 degrees. It says 15 degrees, and it normally say that it feels sort of like something else. Let me see. Just because it say 15 degrees, that don't necessarily. Yep, it feels like 1. See, it's cold as shit, and that's a up from yesterday. It was cold as shit this morning. It was like negative whatever it was. it was negative something, and it's cold as shit out here, man. But it's women that's out here living out of cars. It's women that's out here that's just straight homeless, man. Shelters, but see, like I said again, when it comes to the women, they have programs for these women and children. But when it comes to the men, they not thinking about the men like that, man. The men just got to fend for themselves, bro. Okay, but it says motel to home is designed for families with children who find themselves stuck in what advocates often call shelters of last resort due to the upfront costs associated with unconventional housing. Participants must have enough income to maintain rent once they move into a permanent home. A nationwide problem. That's what I was just saying. Yeah, this is not just there. I know that shit happening here. That's every single one of these states and cities. Georgia is far from the only state where long-term hotel stays are taking the place of stable housing, although comprehensive data remains limited. Now, I jumped on that temperature. I forgot I was going to go to the scripture. Isaiah 32 and 9. Let me start there. See, you women, you're at ease. You have this disability to gad abroad. Isaiah 32 and 9, it says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech." Because you know how careless you got to be. You know your mama in that situation and you fucking and getting pregnant again. And really, in reality, I guess if it wasn't for her getting pregnant and having a grandson too, she wouldn't even be able to be a part of this program, man. But like I said, you see these Eves, they're rewarded for wickedness. Basically, they're rewarded for making stupid ass moves. Okay, but it says, "Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare. Gird sackcloth upon your loins," which means to repent. Come down off that high and mighty damn horse that you on. But see, it's coming. Like I said again, it's at a point now where men don't even want to deal with you like that. Soon as you get to talking about bills, don't get me wrong, there's still some simps out here. But that's what the elder was going into today. Like, man, paying no damn bitches bills, man. You know? Help me out for change. All my life, man, I've been, the women that I've dealt with, I've always put into them and never got nothing out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, type of deal. It really has been all work, no rewards like that. I'm not not saying that none have ever done anything for me. You know what I'm saying? But it's when I'm thinking back on it, it's like, it's constantly like, because men are generally loyal. We don't have no problems being loyal to a woman, man, if she loyal to us. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but these days, women just looking for what they can get out of you, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you really are just, you're paying for their attention, so to speak, because they're not doing shit. They're not doing shit. Motherfuckers don't cook. They don't wash no clothes. They don't clean clean the house. They don't do. It's just, they're just a bill. Some coochie here and there. That's it. So you might as well just get that coochie here and there, from a distance. Like, hey, you know what? You available? What's good? If they not, fuck them, or have somebody else on deck for that, if that's the case, because that's all that you getting out of it. You're not getting anything else out of it, but you giving up, you helping with bills, you helping them with this, you helping them with that. It's constantly, you gotta help them, help them, help them, help them, because that's the society that we've grown up in. And that's the shit that we've been taught as men, growing up. Oh, you have to take care of your woman. But what about the woman taking care of you? Where's the, what I'm saying? Why she don't have to do shit? You got to pay for the bitch nails. You got to give her money for her hair. You got to, give her money for gas. You got to help her with her car payment. You got to help her with her damn rent. You got to help. If you just chilling to yourself and you just doing your own thing, man, that's what brothers are doing now. Brothers is putting time into themselves. Brothers going to the gym. Brothers is going shopping. You know what I'm saying? For the things that they like. Brothers taking themselves on a damn trip. Brothers taking themselves out to eat. Brothers can go to a bar, sit down, have a drink. You know. Brothers can rent a car if they want to, or jump on a plane and go somewhere and chill. And still save money. You dealing with somebody that's a fucking bill. Basically, it's just weird, man. It's not what it used to be. It's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? And then you dealing with damaged goods. Here you go. This very situation right here with this same chick right here. Let me go back into the article. This daughter of hers that's pregnant, right? She probably still dealing with the dude that she pregnant for, but where is he at? Why is he not helping? He can't help put up no money. Mama not dealing with no man. He can't help put up no money. Somebody got to be. I'm sure y'all dealing with some niggas in some type of way. With that, I gotta have my own. I want my. That's bullshit. No submissiveness. Basically, that's all that it is. You won't submit, so here you go. Now you struggling. That's the majority of what's going on with a lot of these women. They won't submit. I ain't submitting to them. But guess what? The Isaiah 4:1 is coming, and your ass gonna submit. The Lord gonna make you submit eventually. Okay, but it says, a study by Texas Center for Transforming Lives, conducted from. Okay, that was. It says, while extended stay hotels and motels are considered temporary housing, half of families surveyed had lived in one or more than 6 months. 10% had lived there for over 2 years. Among those unable to move out, 28% cited low credit scores and an inability to afford a deposit as the primary barriers to permanent housing. The picture becomes even murkier because the Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, generally does not classify people paying for their own hotel or motel rooms as homeless. As a result, they are often excluded from federal housing data. Under the McKinney-Vento Homeless Assistance Act, however, children and youth living in hotels and motels are legally considered homeless and are tracked by schools. See that? And mainly, like I said, again, all these programs are for women, man. Okay, all that good stuff. They got the school enrollment. We don't need all that. Let me see. Yeah, they got all the data. That was pretty much it on it, though, on the article. Yeah, they just going into the data. Let me get the last part here. It says, altogether, the data does suggest that extended stay hotels have quietly become a stand-in for affordable housing nationwide. For families already living paycheck to paycheck, the cost of staying housed, even temporarily, can make it hard to move forward. Oh, yeah, man. And just think if something were to happen, car breakdown. You need a tire. You need a damn alternator, a starter, a battery. And parts to cars and got expensive as hell. And we ain't gonna even talk about no labor if you have to actually get your car fixed. So just think, just one paycheck and that could throw everything for a loop. You fuck around it now, you got to get on a bus and never get your damn car fixed. You waiting just as long to get your car fixed as you waiting to move into a place. But I just wanted to just touch on this for a hot sec, because like I said again, you women have been able to get abroad and you've had it at ease for so long, man, to the point where that shit is starting to it's starting to become a real headache. Look at this lady. I'm willing to bet you, and that's just me speaking as a man, that her daughter ended up getting pregnant on her ass right here in that very room. Probably waited while she was probably going to her second job. Hell, probably could have had both of the kids in there. Who knows? Anyway, this is what we're going through. We're living in the last days, man. But hey, you women are gonna be humbled, man. The Lord is humbling a lot of you women. He's judging a lot of women too right now, man. There's a lot of shit that's going on. I never seen so many heinous crimes against women and children, man, as of like over these past 5 years, man. Within these past 2 years, really. Like shit is turning up. Shit is turning up real crucial, man, because this is a very cruel ass place. This place is becoming a melting pot of nothing but chaos, man. So, hey, just be circumspect, man. And again, I watched a couple of elders' videos today, and they was going into the same subject. It was just the spirit, talking about these women and being careful with these women, and just what I'm saying. Hey, man, being like Paul, man, damn near, if you can handle, don't even deal with them. You know what I'm saying? But if you come across something that you feeling alright, pray to the Lord about, you know what I'm saying, everything good, you know what I'm saying, and they can, you still gotta just be wise, even when you dealing with, you come across somebody. You gotta deal wisely with them, man, because Eve is really fucked up in this place. She has really destroyed the family. She don't have no mindset of no family values, man, no family nothing. She don't give a shit about no family. All Eve care about is her damn self these days. So, pray that the lesson was edifying with that. Kwame Yashala and a Bible Ball.